So here's what's happening right now, and I really want to address what's going on with the higher gas prices and higher diesel prices because we're getting a lot of people that are speculating that prices are only going to go up. So yes, gas prices are going to go up. There's nobody questioning that. However, they're not going to stay at those levels. And I really want to be clear as to what's going to happen and also help you prepare before you know what hits the fan. So let's talk about what's actually going on. Now, over the past few weeks, I've addressed these issues. And I've talked about where diesel prices are going. I've also talked about where gas prices are going at these or during these tough times. But one of the questions that I keep getting from more people within the community are fuel prices going to continue to go up or will they eventually come back down? That's why I want to address this. Now, I've read countless articles about gas prices only going up because the Biden administration is causing issues. But those aren't entirely true. I've also read several articles and done a lot of research where articles are talking about how the United States is too dependent on other countries for oil. But again, that's not entirely true either. So here's the truth. Fuel prices are on the rise, but they're on the rise due to our limited supply and our higher than normal demand for fuel. Now here's what we're seeing. We are seeing supply issues due to several factors. We got limited supply. But the greatest factor right now is the United States dependency on other countries for goods, not including oil. Let me explain why this matters. Recently, the US has been sending more oil and more goods to Europe to help them with their supply issues due to their close proximity to the war that is currently going on over there. But why would we do this? Well, it's actually quite simple. The United States wants to show our allies that they can count on us because we have counted on them in the past. So they can count on us this time around. So in their time of need, we're here to help. And right now, when they are seeing prices skyrocket as a result of limited supply and ample demand, this is where we can actually help out. But in the meantime, this is going to hurt us here in the United States. And honestly, this is exactly what President Biden said when he told us months ago that Americans will have to pay the price for a war that's actually taking place almost 700 miles away. Yeah, we are having to pay this price. But here's the other issue. Why are we seeing such a increase in demand? Why do more people need gas? Why do more people need fuel? Here's one of the reasons, and this is something that most people don't talk about. One of the reasons why is because all these containers are now being delivered to ports. They're now being shipped across the country. Well, guess what? You got to pay for those. Somebody has to pay for those. So that's one of the reasons why is because more people are transporting products across the United States. There's also a lot of people that are quitting due to the rising prices of diesel. But again, this is just one of the issues. Well, the other issue is demand has increased because people honestly have been cooped up in their homes or around their cities for a little over 2 years. And now everybody wants to get out. I honestly can't blame them. If you've been cooped up within your city, within a 25-mile radius, and you just want to leave, I understand. Nobody can blame you for doing that. But we're also seeing demand increase because prices are still somewhat tolerable. Let me explain this. Until Americans feel that prices are no longer worth the product, they will continue to spend. For instance, let's say you went to McDonald's and you wanted to buy a cheeseburger, but the cheeseburger was $10. You're like, it's just a cheeseburger. Like, do I really need it? Probably not. So you don't buy it. But what if that cheeseburger was, you get 3 for $10, right? About $3.33. Oh, now it's a good deal. Or you get 2 for $8. Now, that's a really good deal. Well, it's still $4 a cheeseburger. So you're putting that emphasis on that product is worth it at that price, but it's not at $10. Well, this takes me back to what happened in 2008. I remember fairly vividly how here in the Seattle, Washington area, gas prices topped $4 a gallon. And I remember just people were beside themselves. I cannot afford it. There's no way I can pay for this, right? And so that was a big issue. I was 20 years old at that time, 21 years old, whatever it was, right? And so I knew that people were not going to be paying for this. People didn't want $4 a gallon for gas. Well, that's roughly, I believe, like $5.20 today after inflation. But here's what happened. This is what happened back then. And people stopped driving their bigger SUVs. They stopped driving trucks. I remember, truckers just didn't want to go anywhere. They stopped delivering. They parked on the side of the road because gas prices were just too high. Well, people opted for smaller vehicles. They also use less fuel. Okay? So until we see this again, and I guarantee we're going to see this again, because right now the price of smaller used cars is rising. Guess what's happening to bigger cars? They're actually coming down in price. This is a sign that people are moving away from the big SUVs and trucks into smaller vehicles. So essentially, instead of paying more for a tank of gas and seeing it gone through in the matter of days, people are deciding to switch their vehicles. So not necessarily drive less, change their vehicle. That's one option. So that's one way you can actually combat this, is you don't have to drive less, you don't have to park your vehicle, sell your vehicle, get something smaller. It's a great solution. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this, I'm not saying you need to, or you should, but it's a great solution. Now, take my situation for example. My wife and I don't drive a lot, my wife usually does. She goes different places and takes the kids and all that. Now, I think my wife and I are a perfect example of this. My wife drives a GMC Yukon. Now, I've told you guys this before. I drive a GMC Sierra, okay, a truck. But when I noticed prices were getting somewhat out of hand, we purchased a smaller vehicle. My wife decided to purchase a Mini Cooper to save money on gas. I guarantee you, we are saving a lot of money on gas by driving a Mini Cooper versus either a GMC Sierra or a GMC Yukon. Guarantee. So, if you want to prepare before you know what hits the fan, it's actually pretty simple. There's certain things you can do. You can simply drive less. You need to stock up on food now. Make sure you do that because food prices are going to go up. And I'm going to explain what's going to happen in a second. Also, grow your own food. Take public transportation. And honestly, just look for deals. That's what you need to do. That's how you prepare. Now, here's what you need to understand. Gas prices eventually, we don't know when, but eventually, they will come back down. They always do. It's part of their cycle. But the problem is that people want to travel now. So summer 2022 will likely see the highest gas prices on record. That's not me saying that. That's coming from experts. That's coming from people like AAA. Okay? People that know the travel industry. But here's some good news. And I know you're thinking, good news. Well, finally we got some good news. Yes, this is good news. Many people are worried that they won't have money needed to be able to buy everyday products. However, Target and Walmart, both of them, they have a plan. Target and Walmart will likely be reducing prices on things outside of food as a result of gas causing food prices to run up and consumers having less money to spend. Walmart even said in their quarterly report, and I read through this, they said that they must provide greater sales on discretionary spending in order to see sales outside of just food. These are things like clothing, TVs, electronics, right? Pet supplies, some discretionary spending, not food. So even though prices on gas and food will likely skyrocket and be sky high, other items are likely to go on sale. That's good. That's good news. So if you're considering buying a TV, just understand if you wait a little bit, wait till gas prices go up even higher, food prices go up even higher, that cost of TV is probably going to come down. Because guess what? People are not buying these things. You're seeing these things. You're seeing pallets at Walmart of TVs just sitting there. The prices keep coming down. That's great news as a buyer. As somebody that owns a little bit of Walmart stock and a little bit of Target stock, that's not the greatest news. I don't want a bunch of sales because that means I make less profit as an investor. But at the same time, I understand the situation they're in. So just keep that in mind. High gas and diesel prices are here to stay temporarily, but eventually they will go back down. So don't listen to all that hype of those people saying, oh, gas prices are just going to go up. From here on out, they are never coming back down. Gas prices will come back down. They will come back down. I guarantee it. They will come back down. 100% chance they come back down. It's just a matter of time. And how far they go back down? Honestly, we don't know. But keep that in mind. And I don't know how low gas prices went, but I know just a couple years ago, we were paying in the $2. Right? We were paying like $2 and here, paying like $2.40, 50 cents or something like that. It was a great time. Now, not so much. So just keep that in mind. Be prepared. Be prepared because we don't know what's going to happen. But we can at least be prepared for what is potentially going to come. And gas prices are going to be at the center of all the issues that we face. All right? So again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, be prepared and consider subscribing so you never miss an update. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.